Hi, I'm Ashley and I love the 49ers.
And I'm Nicole and I love the Chargers.
We are touchdowns
And tight ends.
and we're not experts at all.
No, but we're passionate. And week 3 was something to be passionate about. Let me tell you.
What was week 3?
Something to be passionate about.
It was. What did you say? Because
week 3 was drunk, you guys. The NFL week 3, it was drunk. That's the name of tonight's show. Speaking of drunk, Ashley, what are you drinking tonight?
You know, I had to have some red wine after yesterday.
Changed it up a bit, went for the white.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. It's 100 degrees again. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
Right.
Also, excuse my hair. We're doing a Monday instead of a Tuesday, and it's Hair Mask Monday. So, I put a hair mask in my hair every Monday.
There you go. I found a new hat, so I figured I'd change it up a bit too.
Found it or bought it?
Found it. I bought it last year when we talked about going live all the time, and we never did. And so it was just sitting in the back of the closet because I'm in the process of moving everyone again. So packing stuff, and I ran into it. I was like, well, I'll give it. It's not my favorite, but
I mean, I did wear my hat yesterday. Dude, I have my jersey superstition where like I don't wash it if we win and I change it every week if we lose.
Yeah.
I'm going on my 3rd fucking jersey next week and we're only going into week 4.
I know. Maybe it's time for a new jersey.
I was looking at jerseys yesterday and I was like, who do I want? I was looking at Jennings and then who did I put in my cart? Who did I put in my cart?
Hey, Betsy.
Hi.
We missed you, Dean.
Oh, I put a Warner jersey in my cart.
Okay.
I was like, do I want Warner or do I want Jennings?
Or maybe I'll get another jersey this weekend. We never know.
A retired player jersey?
Yes. What I'm talking about. What's up, David? Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. We know a football game just started. To be honest, guys, last week when we scheduled this, we didn't realize there was 2 football games. Yep. Yeah. We thought there was just the 5:25.
We'll keep it short tonight. We'll talk about, again, the NFL being drunk, our games, what's going on next week, and let everyone get back to football. So thank you again. Nick says you should get a Mason jersey.
Maybe. Thought about it. I'm like, Mason, I don't know, dude. Jauan Jennings has been my dude for a couple of years now.
So Jauan Jennings went off.
I know. When we talk about, when we get there, I'm like, all right, we could talk. I mean, we could get straight into our games if we want to get into our games.
We will get into it.
I can't take 3 losses in a row. However, Dean, I believe last year we had 3 losses in a row and we also went to the Super Bowl. So,
yeah. Well, speaking of losses, it's not a loss. It was actually a win. The video that you posted of Brixton, dude, she's crushing it.
Dude, so get this shit. So I'm watching NFL football yesterday, Rams versus Niners, right? Obviously, we lost. The Rams won, so I'm bummed. And then we had to go to Brixton's football game. Brixton plays on the Rams. They played the 49ers last night.
That was, I think I commented it. I felt bad. I was like, oh, that's 2 Rams winning this week.
I know, but I wanted that Rams. Dude, Brixton's team blew them out 46-0.
Like, and she's playing really well.
Yeah, she's their snapper. She's really good. That video I posted wasn't a touchdown, but it was for the extra point because that's how they play in flag football. Grabbing flags, like her team looks really good. So that was exciting for yesterday.
That was fun. So David says he has a Montana and Gore jersey. Don't do current players unless they've been a 49er for a long time. Kittle qualified. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that is good. I started out the season with my Kittle jersey. Lasted 1 week.
I should have just kept
2 weeks. It lasted 2 weeks. And then when we lost week 2, I had to
change it up.
And then I wore Samuel yesterday. Dude, and I almost didn't because he wasn't playing. But I wore it because it's red. And I knew we were wearing our red jerseys yesterday. So I was like, okay, I'll wear the Samuel one. So I guess Bosa's up next.
All right.
Bosa's up for the game I'm going to be at next week.
All right. Well, you're going to the game next week, which is exciting. I'll let you talk about your game first, but I know I posted you guys our predictions for week 3 on our Instagram, and it's pretty wild how that all turned out. So I think every week we'll post our predictions, and then obviously the week will happen, and then we'll talk about it here. But you called, what did you call SoFi?
It's Levi South.
I don't know if you guys all watched this. I'm sure all the 49er fans did. But so when we go to SoFi for a Chargers game and we play the Raiders, that's how I feel. I could not believe how the 49ers showed up.
I think they said it was like 60 or 70% of the stadium was Niners fans. I mean, you saw Stafford using a silent count.
It was crazy.
It was just like the Raiders game. Remember, I was like, oh, Herbert's using the silent count at home.
Yeah.
And I could hear Purdy calling his calls on the TV.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Well, let me see. So we're in week 3. And at this point in my predictions, I predicted us to be 3-0. And we're 1-2. However, let me just say, with our division games, I typically go 50-50. I say we're going to win one, we're going to lose one. I predicted us to lose to the Rams at home in week 15. I'm going to go ahead and say we're probably going to win that one now. And it's just going to...
Those divisional back and forth.
Yeah. I don't think I called a single sweep this year, our division games.
Before you get into your game, can I ask you about that now? So seeing how the Cardinals are playing, seeing how the Seahawks are playing, I don't necessarily think the Seahawks are playing all that well. I think they're just getting lucky. I
haven't watched any of those games.
Lockett's coming back a bit. He's doing okay. And then DK is always DK, right? But I guess if you haven't watched the games, from the Cardinals games, I mean, would you change your predictions at all? No.
I don't think so. So it's really hard. So I know the Cardinals dominated the Rams. That was last week, right?
2 weeks? Yeah, last week, yeah.
Okay. However, and I know the Rams didn't have Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua yesterday, but we also had our entire offense out. So it's really hard for me to say, hey, are we equal or equivalent to the Cardinals? I don't know, because our 49ers team who played the Rams yesterday wasn't our starting 49ers team in a big way.
Right.
I mean, I don't think I realized we were more injured than the Rams heading into that game.
Did you guys have more injuries? Because I know they have 11 or 12.
They might, but I'm talking about key players.
Right.
Not just key players. We didn't have Kittle. We didn't have McCaffrey. We didn't have Debo. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting somebody?
McCaffrey, Kittle.
I mean, those 3 right there are that's huge, and not just that. I mean, we could start to talk about my game. So obviously we lost yesterday. It was a bummer, 24-27. We were, dude, I fucking hate to say this, Nicole, but it was David, you're right. The schedule gets harder, but hopefully we get healthier. Watching the game yesterday gave me Super Bowl flashbacks. How many times I've watched the 49ers be up in the 4th by 10 points just to lose the damn game. I mean, it's how we lost almost both we went to overtime in this last one, but we were up in the 4th and got into fucking overtime, right? For the Super Bowl. And I'm so watching last night, I was oh my God, dude, what is it? What is it? Why can we not maintain a lead? And so a couple things came to mind. So I'm again, we say we're not experts, and I'm I'm not a coach, so I don't know. I'm not a player, so I don't know. But I was watching the Jets Patriots game last Thursday, and the Jets looked good. They looked pretty good, but they looked good because Rodgers looked really good, right?
Yeah.
Rodgers looked good. And I remember talking to Ray when we were going to the Super Bowl this last year, having conversations around elite quarterbacks. And he predicted that we would lose the Super Bowl due to our quarterback because we don't have, we were going against Patrick Mahomes. And when I was watching Rodgers play, I text Ray and was I totally, it all clicked. Because I'm I don't even know that the Jets are super great, but Rodgers can make the plays when the plays matter.
Yeah.
And I don't think that means that Purdy's not a good quarterback. I actually think he's a really good quarterback. I think it comes to experience. We're talking 10 years in the league, and going on your third year in the league, So I know when we get in these tight spots, I'm like, damn, that's when we need like a Tom Brady or a Aaron Rodgers or a Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, like those players that are going to make it happen. But you know what? Purdy had a game. And for all the 49ers players like saying like he shouldn't be our quarterback and all that stuff, I think it's bullshit. I'm like, Purdy, passed for 292 yards, three passing touchdowns. He rushed for 41 yards and had a QB rating of 137.1 yesterday.
Wait, sorry. Did you say the players are saying that they don't think he should be the quarterback?
Yeah, sorry if I said that. I didn't mean the fan.
Oh, I was like, what? Okay.
But Purdy had a game yesterday. Purdy and Jennings had a game. God damn, Juwan Jennings.
I know.
I mean, he came in clutch in the Super Bowl, right? He ran in a touchdown, threw a touchdown. He had 3 touchdowns yesterday, 11 catches, 175 yards. Like,
good.
One of his catches was like a Randy Moss, like,
I saw that one. I saw that in the highlights.
It was so good. Like, I know he's our wide receiver 3, but I'm like, let's be honest. I think he should replace Ayuk and be wide receiver 2. And I say that because Ayuk had 5 catches, 48 yards, and dropped the ball twice. This guy that we're paying $30 million to.
Right, baby Ayuk.
Like, and Trent Williams, this is the second game Trent Williams has had to step out of due to like cramping and dehydration to receive an IV. And I'm like, Trent Williams made a comment saying this is the very first time ever in his career that he hasn't participated in training camp, and he feels it.
Yeah.
So you think about Ayuk and Williams sitting out training camp for these contracts, and now I look at them playing, and I'm like, Trent's not playing like the best left tackle in the league right now, and Ayuk's not playing like he should be wide receiver 2. I think that they should probably go Debo Jennings. Like, we did have 3 sacks yesterday. Like, we sacked Stafford 3 times, so that was good. There's some interesting plays, like, and I don't remember it all, but I think it was like in the 4th quarter, it was like 4-8, and then I think there was like 4 minutes left, and I for sure thought Shanahan was gonna go for it on 4-8,
Yeah.
And nope, he calls in Moody to do a 55-yard field goal, which is like the longest he's ever done. He's only ever done it once before, and he misses it. Yeah. We had a chance to be up by 10, and we miss it. And then part of me's like, I mean, I'm not a coach. I'm like, I get it. Field goal safer, like, get it. But like, what if we could have got another first down?
It's so hard because then the other way is he did go for it, and then you didn't get it, and it was like, why didn't you go for the field goal? It's so hard.
I think what really changed the momentum of this game is when the Rams went for that fake punt. And
I didn't see that.
Special teams wasn't expecting it at all. And they went for the fake punt and got a bunch of yards on it. There was also a punt, one of the kick returners, punt returners at the end of the game. I think it was like the last play, got like almost all the way down the field, got Stafford set up to, their kicker set up. But yeah, there were 6 drops yesterday. So I'm like, we could blame that on Purdy, but some of those throws maybe looked like a little tough, but I'm like, they look like good throws. Ronnie Bell dropped the ball twice, I think. Ayuk dropped the ball twice. Like, if they would have caught, and these were big, these were like 40-yard passes. These were big plays.
He wasn't scared to play, right? So did he get sacked yesterday, Purdy?
Yes.
He did. Do you feel that he felt the pressure of this game? No.
I mean, maybe, but I feel like he looked pretty like
solid,
calm, cool, and collected. And again, he ran for 41 yards. Like, he was making plays. Like, I guess maybe the pressure, like he wanted to win. Here's what pisses me off is I feel like Purdy gets so much shit still for being like the last draft pick, and people want him to prove himself so much. And I'm like, prove what? He has one of the best QB ratings in the league. Like, if you listen to some of these retired players, they'll tell you they believe he's an elite quarterback in the top 5 in the league right now, leading in, passing yards, like all these things. But because we lose a game, he's not a good quarterback. Like, you don't hear people say that about Burrow. You don't hear people say that about Mahomes. Mahomes isn't all of a sudden a shitty quarterback if the Chiefs lose, right? So I think
I feel like there's something with the Niner fans that's different than other fan bases because, I mean, Purdy brought you guys to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
He brought you to the playoffs the year before.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he's like, I'm going to mess it up. Richard Sherman said it. I think he's like 19-4 for games he started in his career. 19-4. So he's lost 2 effing games this year.
David says that a top 10 wide receiver catches those. Ayuk needs to step up. I agree.
I agree too. Like, I'm really disappointed in Ayuk right now. Like, I don't know. Like I think Trent Williams said like practices are just not as intense as training camp.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it was a bummer. We're last in our division right now. I mean, the Rams, us and the Cardinals were all 1 and 2, but obviously we're last because we lost to the Rams. Yeah. And then the Seahawks are 3-0. But it's still early. It is still early. And like I said, we lost 3 games in a row last year and went to the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to give up my team. I mean, I'll never give up on my team.
No.
But
I mean, it's a rough start to the season, but again, it's only we've only had 3 games.
I know. I was what I was thinking yesterday? I'm like, I know like being a fan is hard, right? And I was like, I either want my team to be like really fucking good. I'm talking like Chiefs good, where they're probably going to win and go to the Super Bowl, or just fucking suck, dude. So at least I know what to expect every game. Like if I know we're going to suck every game, we're going to lose. At least like I'm not getting my hopes. I don't want the 49ers to suck.
No, of course not. But you could be like a Panthers fan, right? Where you expect them to do miserably every game, and then you get excited about a game like they had yesterday.
And you beat the Raiders, and you're like, we won!
Yeah. You're like, yes, best day ever, Whereas being a 49ers fan, I mean, you guys have had years, 4 or 5 solid years, where there's not a whole lot of disappointment. Sure, you're not going to win every game.
No.
But it's week 3 and there's a lot of time left. We've still got the Steelers as undefeated. We have, who else is still undefeated? Seahawks. Like New Orleans lost. They're not undefeated anymore. We lost, obviously not undefeated anymore. Tampa Bay lost. They're not undefeated anymore. I mean, there's still so much time left.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're on to week 4. Patriots at home. It's our second home game of the season. So, I mean, I watched that game. I think the Patriots are just in like a rebuild phase, right? They don't have Belichick this year. They're on another quarterback this year. Like,
Dean has something different to say to you, I'm sure. But before we get into next week, so Chargers.
Yeah.
We were really hoping to go 3-0. And I predicted that we would win. I predicted that we would be 3-0 at this point in the season. However, I thought we were going to be playing Russell Wilson, not Justin Fields. And I did not expect Justin Fields to have that type of game. The Steelers played a better game. Yeah. We can sit and talk about injuries. Herbert went out. I'll tell you what, though. We need to step up our game when it comes to our backup quarterbacks. Because every time
who's your backup right now?
Well, it was Easton Stick, who sucks, and now it's Heineke.
Heineke did good on the Commanders that one year.
He did okay.
Okay.
I think he had like one okay year, but he was sacked, I don't know, 4 times, just back to back. The Steelers defense showed up, We didn't deserve to win that game. We started off strong. We got the Quentin Johnson got the touchdown in the first quarter. And then Steelers came back, matched that. They got a touchdown as well. I think Justin Fields actually got that touchdown himself. And then we led the game 10-7 until the third quarter. We didn't do anything.
Oh, my God. It sounds like the 49ers.
We didn't get one first down. Herbert went out, right? So as soon as Heineke went in, and then we lost Rashawn Slater, we lost Joe Alt, and we lost Joey Bosa, who all are most likely not playing next week against the Chiefs. So,
is that a home game?
Yes.
Are you going?
No. I've never been to a Chiefs game.
I've been to a Chiefs game. Oh, with Brendan and Stacy.
Yeah, I've never been.
I went to the Chiefs game the first year we lost the Super Bowl to them.
Those ones sell. So
yeah, and I remember wearing my Niners jersey.
Yeah. Well, you fit right in. You looked like a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, but the Chiefs fans knew immediately that I wasn't a Chiefs fan. Well, I am sorry for your loss.
You know, the game was devastating because of the injuries. And I have to think, I mean, we've talked about this before. Why do certain teams get so many more injuries than other teams? Why does Patrick Mahomes never get hurt?
Because the referees protect him.
Well, I know all of his boyfriends out there, but who's another one? I
was thinking last night, I'm like, is the NFL seriously scripted? I know we have this conversation every year, but I'm like, how the hell are there no penalties called on the damn Chiefs like every game?
Well, New Orleans didn't win, so our whole idea of New Orleans
that doesn't mean that they still won't go.
No, it doesn't. But
let's put it out there. We said watch New Orleans go to the Super Bowl because it's in New Orleans.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll be pissed because that means.
I mean, last year the Raiders didn't go, but the 2 years before that, the Rams won at SoFi. Yeah.
That can't be like a new thing, NFL, because like that'll just be like not fun to watch.
No, they're already changing so many of the rules. I mean, it's so different than the way it used to be. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's not that, but it's, you know, it's interesting to think about and talk about.
Yeah.
Here we go. People going to doubt the Pats when we beat the Bengals and went to Seattle in overtime. Did they win in Seattle? Yeah. Doubt us. I believe we're going to pull an upset and then beat Miami next week. I'm sure.
I'm like, I don't ever put anything past any team. And fucking Miami, dude.
They suck.
I know. I was so excited to have Tyreek Hill on my fantasy team. And now what they lost, let me see. What was it? 24. It was 3-24 versus the Seahawks.
So the NFL was drunk yesterday. Fantasy football.
Dude. My whole team was out, and I checked my lineup at like 9:30. I was like, "Oh my god, every player I have is out."
Sleeper. The Queen's Ransom. We might still win. I don't know. We're up right now against Janae, but I picked up. I mean, literally, I had to pick up people last minute. I think I picked up Johnston, who got us a touchdown for the Chargers. I picked up somebody else. Mike Evans got like 1 point. The wide receiver that I picked up for New Orleans, it's had 30 points and then 21 points. He had 0 yesterday. I'm just like.
Both my teams barely cracked 100 points.
At least you got over 100. When you're under 100, that sucks.
Dude, it was sitting under 100 like all day. And then all of a sudden it went up to like 101. I was like, I broke 100.
Because you were like 88, right? I think you were sitting like 88 or 90 or something.
And that's what they were saying in the group chat. Like, we're going to win for lowest points.
I know.
That was like, I give up on fantasy already this year.
I think Nick had lower points than you and David. He's playing David. I think David's going to win. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. That's already 4:54. I know you got to call it.
Shoot. All right. So next week, you're going to be... Sorry, guys. I know we have to cut this short because we've got football and I have another call I've got to jump to. But you're going to be watching the Pats game in San Francisco. You are predicting that you're going to win that game.
That is what I predicted in the beginning of the season. Yes. Okay. And you guys are playing the Chiefs at home. And you predicted that you're going to take an L.
Well, I definitely think we're going to take an L now. So I'm going to stick with that.
I feel like this is the most drunk predictions we've ever had. I don't know if I went back, if we've ever been this off this early in the season.
I wasn't that bad.
Okay, me.
I've only missed one.
Let me see here.
And that's when I thought we were playing. That's when I thought Wilson was going to be the quarterback.
Oh, 22.
I think 22, I was awful.
I don't know. I don't have 23 in here.
I think we had our numbers pretty close, like our final.
Yeah.
But the games were all off.
Oh, we didn't do predictions last year?
No, we didn't. We went live once.
You're right. Oh, yeah. Well, the first year, I got the first 4 games right in 21.
Dean says no matter what happens, he loves you.
Same. I'm just excited to go to the game and get out of this hot Southern California weather and get into some of that cooler Bay Area weather.
It'll be nice. Yeah. Leah's going to be up there too.
She texted me and told me. She's like, where are you sitting? I was like,
friends.
Huh?
Friend's house. Oh, where are you sitting?
Where am I sitting? And I was like,
oh. Hopefully on the field somewhere.
No, I think it's the club area.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. So I'll probably hit her up when we get to the game.
So Ashley and I, real quick, Ashley and I are going to be seeing each other in just a couple weeks here. And we have been discussing bringing back some of our silly TikToks. So hopefully some good content coming soon there. We'll try to figure out what we're going to do and get some good videos for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah. So Chiefs at home for me. I did want to talk about the Chiefs game real quick.
Yeah.
Why couldn't the Falcons pull that off?
Because of the referees.
I will say, though, the refs called a lot of penalties on the Chiefs yesterday.
Yeah. I was coming home from Brixton's football game, so I missed the majority of that game.
Yeah, I watched it in the car. But the very end, sucked. There was a reel or a meme or something I saw on Instagram, though, where they didn't get a call when the Falcons should have gotten a touchdown.
I saw that.
And it's like, how are those things not reviewed? I just don't get it. Like, it's clear.
Yeah. Well, that's what I felt was, that's the other thing that fucked us up yesterday too, is penalties.
Yeah.
God, dude, I swear to God, the 49ers are one of the most penalized teams every year. But you know what? I was talking to my boss about it, just to go back to just football in general. My boss was talking to me about our defense, and I'm like, I think we're on our 4th defensive coordinator in like 5 years.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, if you think about that turnover rate, where's like the continuity and leadership?
Right.
Like every year you're learning a new defense, or you're learning your players, or you're learning, like there has to be some continuity. So like the Chiefs, I'm like, how long has everybody been in position?
Yeah.
Not the players, but the coaches, right? It's just like any business. My stores, my districts that operate the best also have leaders who've been in position for a long time and teams that have been together for a long time.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I will say Travis Kelce is pissing me off for fantasy though.
Oh, dude, I think I saw a meme that's like, can somebody remind this guy like the season's already started?
Oh, he's nothing. He hasn't done anything. I think he got 2 points, 3 points, 0 points. He's in Taylor Swift land.
Who has Jennings on?
Probably no one. Might be on someone's bench.
No one's going to trade for him now.
No, not after that game.
Well, maybe I'd buy a new jersey next week while I'm at the stadium. Wouldn't be the first time.
All right. It's a question for the people. It's going on Instagram. What jersey should Ashley and I get next?
Yeah, because we both need new ones. Nicole has a Keenan Allen jersey, which is great, but he no longer plays for the Chargers. So it's time for
I have a Herbert jersey, but I don't like quarterback jerseys.
Well, I have a Garoppolo jersey. When am I ever going to do with that again? Just sits in my closet.
Well, it's like David said, don't get rid of the old jerseys.
I'm not going to get rid of it.
I should have kept my Rivers one and just wore that one.
But if I wore a Garoppolo jersey now, people would be like, what the hell?
You know, Jimmy G is kind of...
It's not a Montana jersey.
Yeah. Exactly.
He was just my favorite player at the time.
The other thing we didn't talk about is the Broncos.
Oh, shoot. I closed my notebook, but
freaking Bo Nix, I think, found his rhythm or something, but they crushed Tampa Bay.
Again, the NFL was drunk.
Yep.
I wish I was drunk watching the NFL yesterday. I was pretty damn sober, and it probably would have been a lot more fun to watch if I was drunk.
I was completely sober all day, running around, just watching my phone every which way I could, but
I was watching it and then taking Brixton to football.
Yeah. Well, on to week 4. Week 3 is behind us.
We are good for next week, right? I like how I check my phone right now like I do with my therapist. I'm good for next Tuesday.
I'm good every Tuesday right now until things change. So.
I'm not good every Tuesday, but I'm good for a few Tuesdays right now.
6 p.m. Tuesday. We'll post about it. We'll see you guys there. Thank you for joining. And please, again, if you don't already, hit the little bell, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. TikTok, absolutely. More fun TikToks are coming your way. So touchdowns _and_ tight ends. We love you guys. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Have a great week.
Go watch some football.